Alright guys, what's going on? Today we're back on the main account, doing some more underleveled, well I guess I can't really say it's underleveled anymore. I basically got only 2 underleveled cards now, and my log will be maxed out fairly soon. So yeah, we're just doing normal ladder pushing now, I guess. Be going for top 10k global now, probably with like lava. I've actually maxed out lava and loon here. My fireball minions, arrows can all be maxed, barbs, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. Then I just got to get a few more, I think, like either like Inferno Dragon I'll have to use some Book of Books on or something, and maybe Mega Minion too. But I'm not going to go through that right now. I need some other cards too, like Tombstone to get maxed out, or you can use like Goblin Gang or something. So yeah, I'll probably use a Lava Loon to push up since it's like easier to get tons of trophies that way. And I'll be going for, yeah, top 10k global. And that's my next like big goal in the game, since I just recently got like 6k for the first time 2 seasons ago, back when it was actually Champion League. So I didn't really push a whole lot last season, but we're going in again this season, going for the new trophy high and all that. So yeah, I hit 5,800 on, I guess not day 1, it's like day 2 now, so get clickbaited. And then we fell back a couple games here, and yeah, I know I said I was gonna do live gameplay. I will for sure in the next video, but I have some like super good replays here to show against like pretty relevant like meta matchups and stuff. So thought that would be pretty good to show. So yeah, if you guys like this video, make sure to drop a like and consider subbing, as I'll make tons more videos like this with the classic log bait and like lava soon, I guess, too. And I'm actually heavily thinking about starting another account dedicated to like Sparky or something, and just keeping it permanently like level 10 or 11, trying to like become one of like the best level 10 or 11 players in the world. With that, since I don't really have any like Sparky decks leveled up really on here, and it's one of my favorite cards. I always used to use it when I was like a level 10 and stuff on this account. Yeah, so I'll probably make an account dedicated to that. But yeah, let's get right into the replays here. All right, the first one here is going to be Expo Cycle. It's a bit of a weird one. I had like Tornado in it instead of, I think, Ice Spirit maybe. Let's see here. Yeah, so definitely a really weird like variant, so it took me off guard. I'm pretty sure he got my King Tower, or he got his King Tower activated right away. So it was like looking pretty bad for me from the beginning, let's say. So yeah, he had, I'm pretty sure it was Tornado instead of Ice Spear. So I mean, honestly, like it's gonna work fine. It's just like super weird that he would do that, like really untraditional, I guess. So because like normally Tornado's only used in Icepo. So like yeah, right here I see the archers. I'm like, no way he has Tornado. I actually didn't get it right there, but I'm pretty sure he will eventually get that King Tower activation, since I've not yet seen that he has NATO. And right now I'm definitely assuming that's just the normal 3.0 Expo Cycle. So yeah, just gonna counter his knight with our knight. We actually did get a good bit of Goblin Barrel damage right there, as you guys can see. Going in with that Ice Spirit and barrel push, we saw that his log was out of cycle, and then right there, yeah, completely takes us off guard, gets his King Tower activated. And so right now we know that he has Tornado, log, skeletons, and fireball if he needs to counter my barrel. So and the King Tower activated, so it's looking really not good for us ever getting any more Goblin Barrel chip damage. But we'll show you guys here how you're going to want to deal with that when you know early on in a game that the opponent's King Tower is activated. And he's got all these Teslas going up at the bridge here, so it's really hard for us to Princess at the bridge here. We're going to get one shot there and log those archers back as well. Getting every bit of damage we can, but making sure not to overspin so we can't go with an Expo and have us not have enough elixir for a rocket. We always got to make sure we got the 6 elixir for the rocket, and keep a cheap cycle to have that rocket in cycle for the Expo when it comes back up. Yeah, because his average elixir is probably like 3.1 or maybe 3.2, since he has the NATO instead of Ice Spirit. I'm guessing like 3.1 probably. So we're only 0.2 elixir heavier cycle, so it's me slightly harder for him to like out-cycle us than normal 3.0 Expo. But I mean, this is basically the same matchup, so that's why I'm showing it here. Getting going to be basically the same takeaways and all that. So yeah, he's going to go with a knight right there. And yeah, right there, we went for the barrel at the same time as we went for the Expo, so that took us off guard. And right here, we're in a pretty bad spot since that was just a really unlucky situation. We didn't really have any idea he was going for an Expo, so we just threw the barrel, and right there had no more elixir to deal with the Expo right there. So even the princess gets destroyed there. I thought for sure the princess would like go for the Expo there, but didn't quite. Right there, we definitely had to go with a rocket finally. The next Expo, down damage now, as he got quite a bit from that last Expo. We make sure to juke the log right there. He's going with having to spin skeletons as well. But yeah, he's still with those little archers hits right there. He's still going to be expanding his damage lead actually up to like 300 now. And yeah, he's going with the Expo right there. We have our goblins down to tank the Expo a little bit. So we're able to fully counter without it getting any damage. Right here, always making sure to go for those defensive princesses. Yeah, never be going for the princess of the bridge when they got the like preemptive Teslas down and archers and log and even skeletons to make sure they have an even or positive trade for themselves, and you'll only get like one hit or maybe even none if they predict it with like skeletons in the middle or a preemptive Tesla to counter the princess at the bridge. So you're always going with princesses on defense in the back, I should say. In this matchups right here, he starts to choke a little bit. But, I mean, it's still really close. He could definitely... Well, I mean, right now, I guess he's not going to get an Expo lock, so I can pretty much just put Inferno Tower, Knight, whatever down, and it'll last long enough for me to cycle back to 2 logs and a rocket. So right there, GG well played to this dude. I guess he probably didn't play the best, to be honest. Like, I think Expo typically has a bit of a matchup on log, especially ISPO. So, yeah. On to the next one here. Alright, so the next one we're going into is E-Giant. So, I mean, E-Giant, it seems like it definitely would be a super hard matchup with how it has, like, obviously, the reset on the E-Giant itself for my Inferno Tower and the lightning on top of that. But, I mean, actually, I seem to beat E-Giant quite a bit. I'm not sure if it's just because the players are playing it super badly or because I can, like, cycle back to, like, 2 Inferno Towers and all that. And use, like, Princess and Knights and stuff a lot against the E-Giant if, say, they lightning it. So, yeah. And also, like, I guess all of his other cards here, yeah, he's lightning my Princess in this matchup. I guess he's, like, super, like, scared or annoyed of princesses. So, yeah, since we see that he lightninged just my Princess right there, we just go with a naked rocket on the tower. Making sure he's not going to get away with just lightning cycling there. So right now, we are at a damage, we're at an elixir disadvantage, I should say, and he's just going to cage in the middle, so we're going to go with a barrel. Now we assume at this point he has Tornado. I got a lot of early King Tower activations in a row, so I was really making sure to like only go for barrels in the safe spots since like so many people were running like Ice Wizard, Tornado and stuff that I was facing. So like in this one, yeah, if you see Ice Wizard, pro tip here, if you see Ice Wizard, most likely they're gonna have Tornado in their deck, or if you see like Executioner or something. So if you haven't played your barrel yet and gotten like super unlucky, like played your barrel first play and gotten the opponent's King Tower activated, then you're going to be wanting to play your barrels in the safe spot every single time because, yeah, it's just highly likely they're going to have Tornado in the deck because it synergizes so well with like Ice Wizard or Executioner or whatever else really. All right, and right here, we know that's the NATO out of cycle. We're going with the Knight. Goblin Barrel right there getting tons of damage. It was the Goblin Cage there for some reason. The Knight even takes out the Dark Prince. He's got to get his lightning and cycle still. It's going to take a bit here. The E-Giant's going to get melted down a good bit. He's actually going with the opposite tower on the lightning. So that's really good that he's not going for the lightning on the left-hand tower, which has more damage on. right now, great situation for us. I mean, it's basically game over. It's 15 seconds left. One rocket will take it out. He doesn't have enough time to do anything, so we're just going to go Goblin Barrel other lane. 8 seconds left for us to put down a Knight. Just make sure that Dark Prince doesn't do anything crazy. And there we go. Rocket on the tower. That's a good game. All right, and here we go into the third out of 4 matches I'll be showing today. The last 2 are actually both Mega Knight matches, so something that I'm sure a lot of you around mid-ladder are very common with, familiar, I should say, with seeing. This one is actually Mega Knight Graveyard, so Graveyard, especially like Giant Graveyard and like, I guess, Mega Knight Graveyard here too, are going to be some of the hardest matchups since, like, typically they're going to be some of the hardest matchups because all you really have to defend against Graveyard is, like, your log. Like, you can wait for the skeletons to build up. They're going to get at least some damage, and then you can, like, log them. Or you have Goblin Gang, and Goblin Gang will easily get arrowed since most Graveyard decks will either have, like, arrows or poison in them, which are both very good at quickly killing the Goblin Gang. So Knight, obviously, not going to be the best, taking out a lot of skeletons. Princess will only be able to take out a few, and then it takes a long time for her to recharge and shoot again, so she's not the best answer. Obviously, Goblin Barrel would be a last-ditch effort to try to stop them. So yeah, Log Bait, definitely super weak and vulnerable against Graveyard, especially like the heavy Graveyard decks like Giant Graveyard and this one here. But I mean, this deck, he only had Fireball and Zap, no poison or arrows, so we were doing a bit better off, but it was still a pretty hard matchup in my opinion. Like right here, just not a whole lot we could do. We actually played his Graveyard like kind of high up. He's playing his Graveyards like high up like that. I'm not sure if he's like trying to like get the skeletons to kill my Knight and Goblin Gang quicker by doing that, but I mean, still, I don't think that's the best play. I think he would have gotten more damage if he played it like the traditional way, right in the middle of the tower. But yeah, so he actually has a pretty like meta deck right here. Like, it's off meta, but it's like also got quite a few meta cards like the like Fisherman, Hunter, and all that. So yeah, he's going to go with a Mega Knight in the back right now. And we're just going to try to be passive here. Make sure we get that Princess in the back for defense. Definitely not playing them at the bridge in this matchup since he has, like, Prince and all that. He's got Hunter. He's got Fisherman. So many things that can easily take advantage of that Princess at the bridge. So right here, we get that Mega Knight down pretty low. We're just going to... Princess, we're going to have to Inferno Tower on it again. And again, he gets the weird Graveyard placement here. But he's still going to get an easy Fireball on that Goblin Gang. And we're going to... actually, not going to have to log right there. Got pretty lucky with the Skeleton RNG, in my opinion. Hunter will get a shot off on the Knight, though. So we're going to have to go with a Goblin Barrel right here. If not really anything tanking for, we're going to go with a Princess at the bridge as well right here. Since we know he's going to have to... pulling a lot of units on the tower to be countering the Goblin Barrel. So we know that he's not going to be... also able to immediately deal with that Princess. That's why we did it at the bridge right there. So we got quite a bit of damage. We're now on the damage lead by 200. Right here, we're making sure to block all those units from coming towards our Inferno Tower, so our Inferno Tower can get as much value as it can. Since we know, like, the only reset he has is Zap. He doesn't have, like, Lightning or anything crazy like that. And we know he doesn't have Ewos either, so we can play it up high like that. And again, once again, the weird up high Graveyard placement, but it is pretty annoying still. I'm not sure if he was playing it right by doing that or not, because like all our units were up there, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm never really played Graveyard. I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do or not, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Right here, that 1 HP Knight really saves our Princess, and getting that final hit right there, and we're able to rocket down right there and take the win. So I'm not sure if we would have survived much longer, since obviously Graveyard gets so much better over time as they're able to cycle more and more Graveyards, getting lucky like Skeleton RNG and stuff over time, building up. So yeah, that was a pretty good win right there in my opinion against a pretty hard matchup. Alright, so the last game right here is against a Mega Knight Balloon deck. This one... the dude is level 11, but I'm pretty sure he had all max cards, and this is actually a pretty good deck in my opinion. Like, nothing really wrong with it or anything. Like, it was definitely off meta, but like, it's a definitely this is what a off-meta deck should look like. It's got all the components in there of what a deck should have, and it's pretty solid in my opinion. So yeah, props to this dude if he actually built this deck. So he's just going to go with a Mega Knight early on here. And then he's going to be actually doing a really good job right here of going with the dual lane pressure. So right here, I tried to get that Goblin Gang down before the Mega Knight jumped, but unfortunately we wouldn't be able to. So that Goblin Gang is just going to completely die. We're going to be down Elixir, way down on damage, and he's going to have the Skarmy for our barrel right there. We're going to get a good bit of Knight damage in the opposite lane, though. So, not the worst start, but I mean, it's looking pretty bad. We see that he's playing pretty well, getting the dual lane pressure up. And yeah, so he's just going with an Inferno Dragon there to take out my Princess and take all the shots from it, making sure it doesn't connect on his tower. Right here, this was a really clutch rocket. If that Dark Prince got a charge off sooner, I thought I might have missed the Dark Prince. That would have been really hard to come back from if that thing got a hit and went ham on my tower. So, really good rocket by us right there. That's just going to take a lot of practice, rocketing fast-moving troops by you guys to get that down. There's not really any advice on how to do that. That's just kind of something you'll have to practice a lot to be able to do well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a really bad barrel. Yeah, but at least he plays this Skarmy. At least he gets that out of his hand. We can just play a Princess on defense right here and clean up that Skarmy. Yeah, Princess taking forever to shoot right there, but finally gets a shot down, and yeah, I think we're going to probably just log this back. No, the Dark Prince actually does get a splash. It's splashing onto the tower, even though it's not even facing it. And then right here, just we keep getting more unlucky as this keeps going on. The entire Goblin Gang somehow dies again, and the Mini P.E.K.K.A gets in the tower. So now it's really not looking good for us whatsoever. Right here, though, get a really good barrel and Princess on the tower right there, since I know we wouldn't have Skarmy back in cycle yet. And right here, how are we even going to come back from this? We have so many units coming down. We're doing Inferno Tower and Rocket right there, and then we have a log in cycle. So now we're getting a bit lucky, in my opinion, or at least playing insanely well. He's going to play the Mini P.E.K.K.A down and pre-arrows, so we're going to have to put a Knight down, sacrifice the whole Knight last second. And he only has to take down 387 HP off my tower right there. But thankfully, he has no big spell. All he has is arrows. So he's actually going to have to make a push and earn that much damage, I guess, rather than just spell cycling at this point. So right here, we're going to get Inferno Tower down to counter the rest of that Dark Prince right there, because that Dark Prince probably would have got that tower down to maybe even 200 HP if it was left unanswered right there. So a really good thing we were able to get that out of the way. Right here, really good Goblin barrel placement by us. I knew he was expecting us to place it in the back, since I was trying to juke him a lot and stuff. So we played his Dark Prince in the back, expecting it to be full countered, but we played it up front. The Dark Prince really struggled to get out front there and take it down, and by then the tower was already into rocket range. So really good win there again, in my opinion, against a pretty solid deck right there. Then we lost the next game to Mega Knight Double Prince Wall Breakers. That was definitely a really hard one. Those Wall Breakers getting a lot of connection. That dude played pretty well, if I remember correctly. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Again, make sure to drop a like if you got anything out of this. I'll be making a lot more videos in the coming week here. I was kind of slacking again this past week. Making some level 1 videos or something, or just various miscellaneous stuff I come up with that I think is going to get good views or something. I don't know. But yeah, until then, we'll be seeing ya.